let's move on to the revenue. So the basic concept of revenue. So revenue is the amount of money that a company actually receives during a specific period. Revenue, in simple words, is the amount that a firm receives from the sale of the output. So we have three types of revenues. We have the total revenue, average revenue, and marginal revenue. So total revenue, this is refers to the total receipts from the sale of a given quantity of a commodity. So total revenue is obtained by multiplying the quantity sold with the price of the commodity. For example, you have a price of 15 pesos for your product, and getting your total revenue, you just have to multiply your price to the number of outputs produced, and that is your total revenue. Next is the average revenue. Average revenue refers to the revenue obtained by the seller by selling the per unit commodity. As the name suggests, it is the revenue that a firm earns per unit of output sold. Therefore, you can get the average revenue when you divide the total revenue with the total units sold. So, for example, that you have a price of 15, and then the quantity there is 16, and then you multiply your price to the output, you'll get your total revenue. And getting your average revenue, you need that total revenue to divide to the output. So let's say in this table, 200, you have a 240 TR divided by 16, and the result of that would be your average revenue. We have here 15. In marginal revenue, the last one is the net revenue obtained by selling an additional unit of the commodity. It is the addition made to the total revenue by selling one more unit of the good. It is the amount of money that a firm receives from the sale of an additional unit. In other words, it is the additional revenue that a firm receives when an additional unit is sold. So how do you get marginal revenue? So looking here at this table, we have, let's say, November 4 and November 5. So you have your 450 total revenue in November 5, the present day. And you have 240 total revenue in November 4, which was yesterday of that day. So you need to subtract the total revenue you've got at the present to the last one to get the changes of your total revenue. When you get that, you move on from deducting also your November 5 output to the November 4 output you produce. So here, 450, we have 450 TR in November 5 minus 240 TR in November 4 will get um we'll get 210. So you have a changes of 210 from that days, your TR. And then your output, we have 30 minus 16, you'll get 14. So TR divide the changes of your total revenue divided by the changes of your outputs produced will be divided. So let's say 210 divided by 14, you'll get 15. So that is your marginal revenue. So that would be your marginal revenue. And we also have here TPL, which means that is got, no, I mean, we have here TPL that is calculated by deducting your TC from your TR. So let's say here in November 4, you have a TR of 240, and you deduct your TC from your TR, which was 147.7. 240 minus 147.7, and you have a TPL 92.3. So when that is positive, then it will reflect to your market condition, and that is a profit or gain for your company. So by looking at your market condition, you can determine if your business is doing good or not, looking at how it gains or how it lose.